Yep, you gotta see our pretty faces. That's gotta be kind of weird with the lag, right? But at least you can kind of see us. If anybody's curious, Jared is streaming to us from the Philippines. Are you in the Philippines right today? Where are you today? So we started off with Jared here, and then he left us. But we hope he gets to visit sometimes. We're going to be taking a break next week. And Jared's actually going to be in town. So, Jared, you can come and stream and run your own stream for an hour. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Right on. Okay. Well, we're going to get started. We may have a guest joining us. I hope that it's just traffic that's holding him up. And if so, then we'll work him in as soon as he gets here.
You don't think he accidentally went to a different Dragon's Keep location?
Right?
That would be...
Kenny, if you're in Dragon's Keep in Spanish Fork, come to Orem. We're downstairs at the Orem Dragon's Keep. And this is for anybody. If you are interested in playing with us, this is a good segue here. We are downstairs at the Orem Dragon's Keep, and we're playing every Monday night at 6 to 8 and having a lot of fun. We also have a lot more followers and such now on Twitch, and I love it. In fact, we're at the point now where we're going to start putting up some new content. And we'll be playing Magic some nights. And if we also just want to do some fun stuff, we'll also maybe have a board game night or something like that too. Okay. So
nice.
That won't be me hosting everything, but
I was going to say,
nope.
Somebody's got a lot of time.
Nope, it's time. But if you are interested in being part of either a Magic game on Twitch or playing some board games or even just talking about comics and stuff, let us know and we'll get a show set up and get it running.
Nice.
We're open to all sorts of ideas now. Happy to put some more stuff up.
That's cool.
So yeah. Okay, even if it's from the Philippines, Jared. Okay. Hey, Jared, will you talk again for a second and make sure your volume's turned up? I've got you really quiet on Twitch, so let me turn you up a bit. I promise we're going to start playing D&D any second now. Okay, keep talking, Jared. Okay. One more thing, I'm going to turn your volume up on Discord and see how that goes. Try one more time. Weird. Yeah, you're quiet, so... but I can still hear you, it's just going to be soft. We'll figure it out.
On the Twitch stream? That's true.
Yeah, on Twitch.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you're just quiet. I don't think it was this quiet last time.
Yeah, we did at the beginning.
But I don't know what we did.
No, we just sat here and looked pretty.
Well, that's usually my job.
You do it very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a lot of practice at that, too. I sit at a desk most days.
Not too long from here, Ryan's going to be the Twitch Discord master,
Yeah.
able to just do absolutely anything required of him at any moment.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Had so much practice.
I know, right? I should just produce the shows, get somebody else to DM them.
There you go.
No.
No. Let me try one more thing.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. I know. Stepping away from my Dr. Pepper and chocolate milk usual.
Yeah, it happens.
You're changing things up, you know.
Taste changes over time. It happens.
Yeah. I'll probably be back next week, but it's a fun little variant activity.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Cool.
Cool. Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm hearing you on Discord fine.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you just fine, so don't mess with your mic. You're going to blow our ears out. We will figure this out. Oh, okay. I'll have to make some changes for next week. I see what's maybe going wrong here. But I might have Discord set up as just not a great way to stream here. I'm capturing the screen instead of capturing your the program itself. Maybe that's the problem. Okay. All right. Well, let's start playing some D&D. We'll get into this.
Yeah.
And we'll fix it later. I'll type up a transcript of Jared. We'll have subtitles on YouTube whenever he talks.
That'll be great.
No, I can hear you. It's just like really quiet. It's really strange. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna have to. Okay, good deal. All right, well, welcome to Dragon's Keep TV. We're going to start playing some D&D now.
Yeah.
I wanted to say thanks to our new subscribers from last week. We've got... Where'd you guys go? Where did you guys go? I closed your window trying to figure out how to get the volume up.
For shame. No.
I'm terrible.
No.
All right, we've got Mammoth, Zeblik, and Survives a Lot. That's my favorite name.
That's
all
good.
three.
Survives a lot.
All three of them
Yeah.
were good, but
So
Survives a lot.
thanks for the follows. We appreciate it, and we're glad you're here. Right, Survives a Lot.
Yeah.
What would that be? Feels like a bard or paladin, maybe. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So good. All right.
A dwarf.
We're glad that you're watching and that you're following us. We're happy that you're here and excited to bring you some more good D&D content for tonight. Let's do this. All right. You guys have left Hopestad, headed down to the village of Palem. Was there anything that you wanted to purchase? Did you guys get your
Yeah, I think we
get everything
Yeah,
we need
stuff
to
in
out
here.
of the city, yeah.
yeah, bumped some wood, tied it up with the horses.
supplies, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yep. Good. Does that make good? I've never had a horse before.
Nah.
I don't think I want to, but
Oh, I did. It was in Spain. It was
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw it in Italy, but didn't ever try it.
nice. I have had some much stranger things in Japan. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge anybody who's had to eat something strange or different. That's on you. It's whatever you want. Okay. As you're traveling down, about halfway, but a little bit closer to the Palem side of your trip, you come across a large camp set up. You see these giant tents, and there's 3 of them here. And then milling around outside, and then a few smaller tents as well. And milling around outside around that campfire, you see some of the red-robed, kind people that you've met before, both in Hopestad, when they were checking out of the inn that you were checking into, and you also fought a group of them back in Freeholm. And you don't... well, let's make some perception checks.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure enough.
We'll start there.
Oh, the one thing I just truly excel at with a +0. That's a 2.
5.
That's a 2 and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
We're
You
doing
guys are
good.
great.
Good start.
What do you got, Kelvin?
Oh, there we go.
17.
Hey.
Kelvin's ranger skills kick in. Kelvin, you pick up the scent of animals. The stench of animals. How about that?
Oh.
And so you can tell there's some mounts or something like that back behind the tents. They're out of sight. But you can hear, now that you smell them, the wind shifts and you can kind of smell the manure and such, right? You kind of hear them moving around back there every now and then too. So there's more back behind the tents that you can't see necessarily, but this is what you've got. And let's put you guys kind of in this direction when you come across the campsite. So where are you at? You can see on the screen.
Yeah, you need to back it up just a little, I think, because we're just off the...
Yeah, you're too far down. The screen's not showing my cursor though.
Is it the right mouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Like I can see it on my screen, but...
Oh, I see it now. It's here. That the one you were just using? That cursor's
Oh
on
yeah,
there?
yeah, that cursor's over there, but you can't see the...
There you go. Got it right.
You can't see me clicking and showing the screen though. So you're down in kind of this direction.
Okay.
Oh, I know why. You're on the wrong screen. That must be it. No, we're on the same one. This is going to be awkward. Let me try and just switch screens around and see if I can jumpstart it. Can you see my green circles yet? Nope. All right, we'll deal with the purple circles then. We'll try and figure this out. Okay, so you're down in this direction, coming at it, and this is what you're looking at. So you've got a couple people camped outside, and this big giant tent, monstrosity of a tent, bigger than anything you've seen before tent-wise. This medium-sized one, and then a much smaller one, and several little pup tents around a campfire out front. The other thing that you notice that's not on this map, because I just decided that it's there, you see a circle of sand around the whole camp, and then around each of these larger tents, each of these colorful tents, is a circle of sand, about maybe 3 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet wide.
Okay.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's a
That's
lot of sand.
Yes.
That's all I can say, too. That's a lot of
Oh
sand.
my gosh. Poor creatures that were carrying all of it.
No kidding. What kind of? How many animals do they have
Yeah,
to carry
probably
that
a
much
few,
sand?
jeez.
They just have 10 dozen bags of holding that they shovel sand into and dump it out and get where they want to go.
That's an excellent use for a bag of holding. You know, the great thing about sand, too, is it's never coming out of there. If you try to repurpose
It's
it
always
for
gonna have
anything, it's always going to be sandy.
Yep.
It's like,
Can't store anything else in there.
nope, it'll ruin it.
All right.
It does. I hate sand.
Okay, so we'll zoom in just a little bit here now. And what would you guys like to do? Perfect.
Don't like sand. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got you guys' character icons on here too.
Nice.
And for tonight still, Jin is not with us. So he hasn't caught up to you yet.
Okay, cool.
So
What time of day is it? Is
I'll
it
make
evening
the
time?
encounters more deadly accordingly. By that meaning, I won't adjust them at all.
Okay, good. As we're approaching this, is it like evening time or?
Let's say it is midday.
Oh.
I don't think Palem. In my mind, Palem wasn't very far from Hopestad, so
Okay.
it's probably a day's travel. So you're coming up on midday, and the people outside they're probably cooking up some. It looks like mostly chefs. They're working not like with the hats and stuff,
Sure.
but the cooks of the camp are working up something for dinner over this fire.
And are they human or?
They're kind.
They're kind.
Kind.
Oh,
So
sorry.
they're dressed up as desert folk. Description-wise, the kind that you've met, they all have strange eyes that look a little snake-like. In that they have an eyelid that will blink sideways, and
Great.
and their features are very tan and unwrinkled. How about that? Not like scaly, but
Just very smooth.
yeah, very smooth.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Not that we've probably seen a lot of their exposed skin.
Yeah, let's say that there's one like main guy that kind of leading up a group of two others preparing the food. You've got the main camp cook, camp chef, and he is kind of directing the others in putting together some kind of stew in a giant pot, bubbling up over the campfire right now.
Well, Kelvin, as much as I really enjoyed all of
You know
your
what? No, these guys they're not using water for stew. They're from the desert, so they've got a bunch of. Let's go like meat on racks that are turning on big skewers and stuff like that.
It's even better.
Yeah. I really am. My mouth is watering right now. I haven't had dinner yet. All of a sudden now I want to go to the Brazilian barbecue place.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Calvin, as much as I've really enjoyed all of your cooking, that looks really good. Do you think maybe we could stop early for the night or bargain for some food? Might
Sure.
be nice to get some good meat instead of the kind of rations we've been using.
Sure, yeah.
I know Marty would appreciate it.
He'll be first in the line, I bet.
Yeah, they can be kind of abrasive, but I think we'll be able to work out a friendly situation.
Nice. I'm sure they're going to appreciate the puns a lot.
Gotta hope so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, we can make our way down.
Yeah, sure. Let's make our way down.
Okay. I'm just going to try and do this real quick. All right, cancel that. Okay. Eddie.
Yep.
As you come to the first ring of sand, let's say this outer ring around the camp is much smaller. The ones that are close to the big tents
bigger.
are bigger. This one's more just a line of
Okay.
sand, easy to step across without having to step on it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a snap of
Okay.
a branch off to the side.
Okay, which side? Left, right?
Left side.
Okay, so What do I see over there to the left?
You see one of the kind guards over there.
As we're approaching.
Yep.
Is he making any moves towards us?
He was trying to hide in one of the bushes.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll
didn't seem
pull
to be very experienced with it.
I'll pull everybody up short and just go, hello there. We're coming to see if there's items that you might be willing to trade and maybe even buy some dinner. Kind of one of what we were thinking.
He raises his bow tentatively. Not quite sure what to do with you guys, and then calls out to the others.
Okay.
We never discussed, what do you think? Do they speak a different language? I think they do.
I think they do, yeah.
That makes sense.
I think they do. So you don't understand what he yells out, but it sounds like a warning.
Okay.
And you can hear some movement and stuff around in the camp. But he has not shot at you yet.
Okay. So I actually, I know that we discussed about making an entrance on certain things. I hope it's okay if I do now.
Great.
So I actually will realize that he's having a hard time communicating with me.
Okay.
So I'll get out my coin to Timora and kind of grip it kind of hard and think about what I really need, which is the ability to speak to this guy. And I'll cast my new third level spell, Tongues.
All right.
And I will speak to the Kayan and say, no, please, we come in peace. We just would like to see about some dinner and maybe if there's anything you have for trade.
Great. Okay. You toss your coin up, hoping for a little bit of luck and blessing from Timora, the trickster goddess, and she blesses you with a new spell, third level, as you level up. And suddenly the guard stops and almost like drops his bow down a little bit, and suddenly understands that the words that you're saying.
Yeah.
And how long does this last, and what
So I was just looking
level
it up.
of...
So it is, the description is this. This spell grants a creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understands what it says.
So
I
cast
guess
on yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So he's shocked.
Okay.
And just in surprise. At this point, you see a lot of other guards coming out of the medium-sized tent in this little camp. And you see about 5 or 6, and they're armed with sword. A couple of them with swords and a couple with bows.
Oh, this will be
And
a fast end to us.
yeah. He says, "You are not kind."
No, I'm not. But I have ways to be able to communicate, and I switched into your language so that we could do that.
He makes a hand gesture that
Okay.
you don't recognize.
Okay.
What's a good hand gesture that would be one of respect?
Ooh, I don't know.
Just,
A little bow or something.
just
I
a
don't
bow, yeah.
know. Or just a head nod. He could just kind of do a head nod.
Sure.
Kind of thing.
And lowers his weapon and fully,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Then come in peace
Okay.
and join in our table."
Thank you very much. You're very kind.
What?
Hey,
Just
I haven't been
happened?
holding out on you. I just stretch every once in a while. I think I get inspiration that I might be able to do something that I haven't before, and that's the first time I've tried that, and it works. So I'm just able to understand what this guy says. Does he hear me?
That's what I was going to ask about the spell.
It
Is
just
it
says
that he just understands you, or
No,
are you
well-
actually speaking in that language?
So it says the spell grants a creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language
Yeah.
it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows. So it's just hearing my regular
Okay.
common words. He just hears it.
All right,
as
so you
his
guys are
language.
hearing his half of the conversation in common, but not understanding what the kind is saying back. There we go.
Sully starts to really try to imagine himself like growing to twice his size. if I concentrate hard enough, it'll happen.
How's that work out for him?
Not quite.
Am I still small?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, relative. You're still the same. How's that? I wouldn't say you're small.
Okay, well, I'm pretty small, but thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it. Guess I'll just practice some more.
Yeah, keep working on that.
What did they say?
He welcomed us and said that we're welcome to share a meal. So we proceed forward. Can I cross the line without feeling any threat?
Yeah, his weapon is down. The others are still running up, but they're several yards away. And he calls out to them and says, I have invited them as guests.
Yes, we would love to be your guest for the evening if it works out for you. Obviously, we've only cleared it with a guard. Who is in charge here?
One of the men that runs out has a fancier armband than the others, and he.
Do we see any festival regalia, kites, or anything the kind?
No.
Don't participate in that,
No, they
right?
weren't into that.
Okay. And what is we don't know their angle on the prophecy yet, other than that they've heard it and that's
Right.
why they're here.
Well, they believe that something will like help them rise up and kind of
that's
conquer
right.
everything again.
Right.
Seem to think that they are due for some vengeance.
Okay.
1 second, I lost my
So they like it.
list of
They like the
names.
green dragon.
Dang it. We're gonna need some guard names, so let me get my name sheet up.
Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they're gonna let Marty in?
Oh, well, so I kind of halt everything and I look at the kind guard.
Okay.
And I just indicate to the lion and ask, is it okay if we bring our trained animal in?
He says that we have many animal keepers here. He can, if you will vouch for him, then he may come.
Yes, we do. Right? We don't have anything to worry about?
No. I like reach over and like pull Marty's cheeks up into like a smile. Just like a
Right on.
yeah.
Okay. And he leads you guys into...
Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah.
Just bring this up, I guess. And he leads you guys into the camp.
Fantastic.
Way to go.
It's the first. Actually, I forget the time. I better go look and see how long that lasts.
It's an hour.
It's 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I can just cast it again if I have to.
Does Timora did she is the one who did that for you, or?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, if I'm gonna help bring more followers to her, people have to understand who she is, and not everyone speaks the same language. So.
Wow. All right. It's kind of awesome.
Okay. Bring this back over. All right, as you draw close to the camp, the guards are looking quite nervous still,
Mm-hmm.
but as they hear you speaking to this other guard, some of that nervousness turns to curiosity.
Okay.
The head guard comes out of the one that looks like he's more in charge and is ordering people around, comes out of the large tent. Actually, let me put some guys up here for you to look at, just so you know where people are at. Poof. Okay, that one came out of there. We've got a couple guys cooking around the fire. And some more guards that have come out of this tent over here.
Nice.
And you're walking with this guy.
Okay.
The one who comes out of the tent greets you, and he says, "Men who come in peace, if you will sit with us, we will share our food with you."
Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Also, we were wondering if you had any business conduct, if you had anything for sale, or if you had any news from the direction that you're coming from. We're coming from Hopestad. We could exchange some news from there that we have. What direction are you coming from?
He says, "We have come from far away and have traveled long and many nights we have traveled to get here."
Okay. And is this your permanent destination, or you still have a destination ahead of yourselves?
He looks back at the main tent when you ask him that, and he says, "There is much I cannot say."
Oh. Well, we are just travelers headed to Palem on some personal business. So what is it that you do? What is your business?
He looks a little awkward again, almost like you're asking him questions that make him feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
And again, the answer you get is, "There is much I cannot say."
Oh, all right. Well, we wouldn't want you to broach any strictures against what you're talking about. I just thought maybe we could share some news, but food's just great. And I'll just go ahead and walk over to the fire and just kind of start looking around at what it looks like they're preparing.
One of the chefs over there looks at the main guard, who looks back at him and kind of just shrugs, like, and the cook pulls off some of the meat and smells it, and then kind of waves it in your direction as well.
Ah, smells fantastic. What time is dinner?
We will eat when it serves our guests best.
Oh, well, it's around noon.
Sully's just like clinging to Kelvin, like real close, like, and like kind of almost like wanting to wrap his arms around his leg to like feel safe, but also knows that Kelvin would smack him if he did that. So, not holding his leg, just like standing right next to him. Looks very frightened.
So, well, I guess anyone can hear what I'm saying now, so there's no subterfuge whatsoever.
Yeah, everybody understands what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can understand exactly what he's saying. He's still speaking in that kind of language.
Yeah, so I just say, well, when were we planning on eating? Is this going to be our noon stop and we'll head on after a few hours, or we stopping here for the night? Kelvin? Cameron? Sully? Very
Too many Ks.
Name? Okay. All right. So yeah, still a lot of traveling left. Yeah, sure. So, well, truthfully, we we could eat now if it's prepared or ready, and then we could move on for the get out of your hair for the afternoon.
He says, those who come in peace are always welcome, and we will present you accordingly. You do come in peace, and make a perception check.
Okay, sure. I did so well.
Or an insight. Make an insight check.
Insight.
Yeah.
Okay. 20.
Oh, nice.
Not natty. That's
okay.
That's adjusted.
As he says, "Those who come in peace," you see him kind of pat at his side where his sword is.
Okay.
And he's done that every time he's mentioned those who come in peace.
Okay. And I say I must apologize that I am new to your language. So there's a nuance with the coming in peace that maybe I don't understand. Could you explain that to me?
Oh, yes. As a foreigner, obviously, if you would kindly leave your weapons here, I will show you in.
Oh, yes, of course. And I will take my mace and look around for somewhere to put it. And I'll just drop it on the ground. So, I don't know how to use that thing.
All right.
And start kind of stepping forward.
Okay. And Sully?
Yeah, so I have a singular sheathed dagger from my home that it's made out of bone, and I'll just kind of take it out and still sheath it and set it down on the ground. The one that I stole from Kind People last session, I'm keeping in my bag, and I'm just going to let it sit there and not worry about it right now.
Okay. All right. And Kelvin. Try to get away with that. Okay. The main guard does gesture at your longbow as well. Okay. All right, let me check to see if I know if you guys are hiding any other weapons on you.
No, so he literally just has that dagger, but
Okay.
it's in his bag.
I have a sling.
Yeah.
I'll drop the sling too. I didn't even remember I even had it. So
Like, I have pitons and caltrops and things that could be used as improvised weapons, but
Okay. You guys head in then. He shows you into the main tent.
all right.
So let's bring you guys in.
that's so cool.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, there's like a throne.
Yeah.
Could I discern how long I felt like it looked like this camp's been here, like the trails coming in and out of the buildings and stuff? Has it been here a minute or not?
Sure. Kelvin might have a better chance with a nature check or a survival check. But you can sure try. $15. It feels like it's been here for a little while. They're pretty well set up. The ground's beaten down in the little paths between the tents there, and you feel like they've been here for at least a week, more than a week, maybe even.
Okay. But not much longer than that.
No.
Not like years or months.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So in this hall, what do we see? I see all these things.
Yeah, I bring one more guy in here.
Okay.
Oh, I zoomed out too far. Stop it.
Come back.
And okay. In here are several other more kind, all dressed in red robes.
Do we see any other kind besides the red
You
robes?
do not see any regularly dressed kind.
I mean, cool.
Well, just don't drink the blood out of the skull and the tongue thing. Just avoid that.
Wait, don't do
Or
that?
if that happens, then I'll burn you with a torch and that'll fix it. So
Oh, okay.
I've got lots of
Wait.
secret cult secrets. It's Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
I'm so uncultured.
oh, good, you can see my circles now.
If you can't
Great.
tell.
This is a really old movie, dude.
I've seen it, but it was like 15 years ago. I was so little.
Sure.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Not at all.
All right. The guard enters and gesture and makes a bow and a hand gesture with open arms at the man up on this dais up
Okay.
here. And you hear him address him as he enters. But before we get into that, I want you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I don't even know what that
This is it.
Cons.
6.
6. It's just a 10.
8.
Oh wow.
And I have a pretty good bonus to that too. I just rolled really bad.
Good. 19. Okay. All right. As you step in, come on. I don't know if you've ever walked. Imagine walking outside in the middle of the summer, and you're walking out of an air-conditioned home outside into just a 100-degree heat, and your eyes start to water a little bit, and you can feel like the sweat just automatically start to form
This is a sweat tent
on your forehead, and so it feels like that walking in here. So not muggy.
Very dry
It's
heat.
dry heat. It's a desert heat. And this happens as soon as you step across those sands that are around this tent.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those who failed take 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks for now.
Okay.
This is it. This is the end.
This is the. Let's just hope you don't have to make any ability checks in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I need to deceive anyone? No reason.
Okay, let's see if we can zoom you in a little bit on where we're at here. Now that we're all in this nice welcoming tent. Yeah, that's a good zoom right there. How about that? All right, inside the tent is laid out with tables, and immediately behind, entering behind you come several more guards and the people with the food, and they start laying out large piles of meat and several different fruits and gourds and things on the tables around. The head guard, who I don't have a name for because I only picked one name because I was dumb, addresses the man up on the dais, and he says, "Great Salith." That's the name I picked out. There you go. "Great Salith, these guests have come in peace to speak to your honor."
Yes. Solace.
Solid.
Solith. Solith, how are you this evening or this afternoon?
The man up on the dais bows his head and says, "We welcome those who come in peace." And Sully, you recognize him as the one that you bumped into in town, and you happen to be carrying his dagger
Great.
inside your bag right now.
Excellent. Sully starts sweating in spite of the intense heat.
Yes, but I'm like whispering under my breath as soon as he's talking. I'll repeat what he says to
Okay.
you guys
Oh,
quietly,
thank
just
you.
to try to help out.
Oh, here. I'll just nudge both of you, and then I'll give us a telepathic communication
Okay.
for 2 hours.
You roll to see how long it lasts? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I roll one of my sonic ability dice.
It kind of follows the same mechanic as superiority dice.
oh, okay.
So every time you use it, you usually use
You
this-
roll it like
you
you
roll a
roll
die.
superior.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, Kelvin, you can understand now what.
So
what
I'll
they are
repeat.
saying
I'll
around
repeat the
you.
things in my head then to these two,
Yeah.
as is, to repeat, kind of give them
Well,
the Cliff's notes.
actually, how it works is you have to repeat it to me,
Oh.
and I have to repeat
Oh,
it
wow.
to Kelvin.
Okay.
So it's like a game of telephone.
That's
Okay.
So, Kelvin, you might be hearing some.
Real third hand
Yeah.
info. Yeah.
I apologize in advance. It's always probably not the best of the game telephone, but it'll be fun.
And
Fun
I just say,
evening.
yes, we come in peace, and we're very, very thankful for your peaceful, peaceful accommodation. We look forward to a meal with you. Is there anything that we may be able to provide, information or services?
Well spoken and well offered, he says back in return. In common this time.
Oh, okay.
But you can still understand. I mean, you can still.
Yeah.
The others
To me,
around
it doesn't
you.
even change.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
To
the way
the others around you are still the people setting up and stuff are still speaking in kind, and you can hear them directing the one guy directing the servants around and getting things set up. He is heavily accented though,
Okay.
and his just hard on the S's.
Okay.
Well spoken and well offered.
Okay.
I'll see if I can do that. We'll see how that works.
Yes. Thank you again, Soleth. That's right.
Soleth.
Soleth. The Great, as you were called before. I'll just kind of presumptuously take a seat somewhere and just kind of start waiting for food, I guess.
Okay.
Are there any youth or young kine in the tent?
Is there any what?
Youth or young kine?
You do not see any young.
Okay. There's not like a kiddie table?
Yeah, no, there's not a kiddie table.
Okay.
In fact, Sully is probably the smallest one in the area.
That's why I asked. I would have liked
Yeah.
to sit with them, but it's okay. Brave it at the big boy table.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to check one thing real quick here. All right, he welcomes you in and gestures at the table closest to him. We'll put him over here. Oh, doesn't help to click on the map on Twitch. That doesn't work. I was
Okay.
literally trying to click on Twitch on the player.
So many websites.
I don't see my icon anymore.
Where'd you go?
I don't know, but I'm not there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't eat the stew. Eddie's in it.
I lost you, yeah. I must have deleted you on accident. Okay, we'll bring you back in.
Oh, you know what? I was underneath. Oh, here I am.
Oh, okay.
I was underneath this other dude over here.
Gotcha.
So I'll just walk over here and just.
You sat at the table next to him, yeah?
Yep.
Great.
Okay. He
I'll
comes
sit at the
down
far
and
corner.
sits at the head of the table here
All right.
and says to I seem to remember you
Me?
from in the town.
Oh, yeah, we may have seen each other. I was in Homestad for a little bit. We were looking, watching the festival, and in fact, all this hubbub about this green dragonborn. We're actually headed down to the place where he was discovered to just see if we can find out a little bit more about his situation. You know anything about him?
Says, so you are travelers like us.
Yes. Trying to decide what this omen might mean, right? I mean, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon to have occurred.
What do you know about omens?
To be totally honest, very little. This is a new area of study for us.
It is a worthy area.
I'm glad that you appreciate it. What are your opinions on the omens?
He says, I feel that there is a great power building here.
Interesting. What do you think that power is set to do? Because I keep hearing from a lot of different things. The Harbingers are saying one thing. We've got the Knights of the Everlasting Mountain kind of saying, hey, we're just waiting. So kind of what do you think that this portends, this gathering of power?
I am not familiar with these knights and these harbingers.
Oh yeah. Well, there are two other religious groups that also feel that there are portents coming from the birth of this dragonborn that we've all heard so much about.
Then his importance is not lost among your people.
No, not as far as I know. Again, me personally, I don't have any opinions about it as of yet. That's what we're investigating to see if we can make an opinion, I suppose.
Let's see. Okay, let's do this. There is much prophesied of this heavenly being, he says, in kind language is what he says. There's much prophesied of this heavenly being among my people.
I see.
Those who follow the prophecies have been waiting for him to come for quite some time and to lead my people to their greater calling.
Interesting. And this being is a dragonborn that will lead you, or is this a metamorphosis like the dragonborn is the portent that tells you it's going to occur, or is the dragonborn what you seek?
He says, I see that you are very interested in our culture, and I appreciate that.
Well, I want to try to help honestly inform my own opinion, because it's very possible I could share your worldview on what this means, but I would need to understand what it is first.
It is amusing to me, it is very amusing to me that one such as yourself would share such an interest.
Oh.
And I appreciate it very much.
Yes, this is
he says, there's a how do I explain it to you? For one who does not go through transformations, is what he says. Emphasis on this word, transformations.
Okay.
For one like you who does not go through transformations, it would be difficult to explain exactly what he will, his coming will enable us to change, or what change his coming will enable in us.
Okay.
But it is a great and wonderful thing to be accepted into our goddess's embrace in such a way. If it were possible for you to accept it as well, I know that she would welcome you, but unfortunately, it cannot be done.
Well, I can understand that. I follow a goddess myself that gives me guidance from time to time. So, who is the goddess that you spend your attention on?
I have her 1 second.
Sorry for trying
That's
to
okay.
get too deep.
That's good. I just have to open up another doc, that's all. Okay.
I also wanted to ask an observation as I think back, because it's something that he said that would trigger something that Eddie would think about is when he's talking about transformations, and we kind of noticed that there aren't any what we would consider young or small children here. Have I ever seen a kind that I thought, oh, that's a kid? Ever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have seen them.
What's the rarity? Like how many would I say have all of the? I mean, you know, like do I see? Do they travel in family groups seemingly, or is it
Yes.
like okay.
So in any group that you might have come across before, trading group or whatnot, there would be several, depending on how big it is.
But have I seen any family groups in red?
No.
Is that okay?
No. I mean, these are the first kind that. I mean, normally they dress in very plain and drab colors.
Well, but the traders are usually family groups.
Yes.
That I've seen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, that's kind of how I imagine them as well. Is that they're very familial, very tribal oriented.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, tribal oriented groups, and you'll see fathers and mothers teaching their kids constantly, like, okay, as like this is what you do, setting them off on as being part of whatever trade or something like that. So if you
they give them responsibilities
yes.
pretty often.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. He says, Azana Salaf. And at this point, you realize that Salaf might be a title rather than a name. Oh, dang it.
What's better?
My headphone battery is dying. I'm going to lose Jared in just a second. We'll see how long it lasts. And I'll switch over to my other headphones. I brought a spare. Okay. So he says, Azana Salif, and in your mind, your spell translates the name Azana as well to the shining scales.
And have any world knowledge of Azana?
This is the first time you've ever heard that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just Azana.
Azana the Shining Scales.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So Azana is the kind word, but it translates as Shining Scales.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
There you go. So Sully and Kelvin hear him say Azana, and it translates in Eddie's head.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
He says, I don't know what he's saying. Azana Salith looks over all of creation, but will bring my people to their fullest, to their greatest forms through this new creature.
Well, and in those forms, do you continue to your current lifestyle, or do things change for the kind?
He says, my people will be very different, but it will be for the good of all of my people.
For the good of all your people. And would it have a negative impact on any neighbors around? I mean, just saying. I mean, we live in proximity.
I can see that you are concerned. At the point that Azana comes into her full power, there will be a place for all people.
Okay.
Great. It's not ominous.
Yeah, I know. A place for all people at the bottom of the pecking order.
Yeah, slaves.
Exactly.
What was that, Jared?
Yeah, cage is also a place.
Yes, there are places. Okay, I'm switching over to my other headphones here.
Just in my mind, I'll think to Sully and just think, well, you have any other angles or questions you want to ask this guy? Well, I mean, I'm trying, and he's pretty vague.
Sully has been predominantly preoccupied.
Okay.
He has been trying to impress the kinds that can cross the table from him with sleight of hand tricks with the food that he's eating.
Okay.
Trying to like put on a little show. Slipping up sometimes because his hands are so sweaty, but trying to recover. Just trying to, I don't know, make a good impression, distract himself from the intense fear that he's feeling inside. So he stopped translating. Sorry, Kelvin. But when you ask him that in his mind, he slips up. Sorry, thanks. Ingalls for
Just the information.
the big scary man?
Yeah, ask Kelvin too. Does he have any ideas?
Okay, hey, Kelvin.
Yes.
Do you have any, like, I don't know, angles or pointed questions for the guy? I think Eddie wants to try and trip him up and catch him in his words and, like, embarrass him in some way.
Embarrassing.
I mean, Kelvin's got like a mouthful of food.
Okay.
So this is all in your mind,
Like-
so you don't...
Kelvin's barely been paying attention to the entire conversation. He's just
Okay, cool, yeah, we're both out of
You're
it.
good. Okay. Okay.
And
Well-
so no ideas?
No.
Okay, I'll think back to Eddie. No, Kelvin, he's too busy enjoying the food. Maybe ask him if he has a wife or kids.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
That's usually a good point of subject to like poke at and.
Okay. So I will take a few bites of something and I'll say the Great Solath or Solath. Where are is that it?
I love you.
Solath Sass? I can't-
Solid.
Solid. I don't know why. It's because of the way I wrote it. I'm reading it
Yeah, that'll do it.
phonetically. So Solith. I don't see any of your children here in this camp. Do you not have a family?
Oh, wait, say that again, Jared.
I can't hear Jared at all.
I didn't hear anything.
Shoot.
Oh, hey, Jared, I think you're muted. Oh no, sorry, that's. Never mind, you're not muted.
No, I was.
There was.
I was muted.
Oh, there you
I'm
are.
so sorry.
No worries.
I'm
Okay.
still in the office. People are.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
I just saw your mouth move.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay. He make an insight check.
An insight check?
Yep.
Okay.
You can all make it if you want.
Which dice?
I'm not paying attention.
Insight 22.
Okay. You see a look of sadness come over him.
Huh. And immediately, if I read that in his body language, I just say, I'm sorry if that was an unkind comment.
You could not have known,
Yeah.
but my family is gone from this world.
Well, that is tragic. So is mine. I am the only one living that I know of. So I don't know anyone outside of my parents, and they're long gone. So I can respect that. Is that common for your people?
The travels through my lands can take a toll. And it's not uncommon for the dangers for any to be overcome by the dangers. It is an unforgiving land, and one that Azana has given to us to master, but it's not easy to do so.
So that helps me understand why all of the kind I've met are so stalwart and strong, because it's very clear that it's a difficult place to exist, and it must hone you to a razor's edge, and that's what I see in you.
He says, "You speak truth."
Yes. Okay. I'm still just kind of eating. I'll chow down,
Okay.
and I just ask: is there any questions you have of me? I would be happy to help you understand the people of these lands as well.
He says, "We have been here for some time, but our travels up to the city and down to the village have been met with many conflicting reports, and it is hard for us to communicate, but also just hard to understand why there are so many different ideas of where this and he uses a word in his language again that in Eddie's mind translates as not dragon, but lizard.
Okay.
Let's go with lizard.
Okay. This comes over as lizard?
Yes.
Okay.
So this lizard prince,
Lizard.
in fact, is what he'll call him.
Okay. Okay, lizard
Okay.
prince. Interesting.
He says there are many conflicting reports about this lizard prince and where he came from and where he went. Have you heard anything that might provide us with more information so that we might find him and pay proper tribute?
Oh, well, if I knew exactly where he was at the moment, I would let you know. But I don't. The reality is that that's what we're headed to Palem for, is to try to get a little bit more information on that ourselves. We've got a benefactor that wants to know, and we're kind of the messengers, if you will. So if I find some information there, if I find you here on the way back, I may stop in and kind of let you know what I find, if that works for you. Because I think I understand the culture here a little more. I might be able to get more information than your people, and maybe find the roots instead of just conflicting reports.
He says those who come in peace will always be welcome here, and I would love to talk to you again, so that on this second meeting we can be friends.
Oh yes, of course, that'd be great. So I don't know any other angles to run for or anything else to grab for, so I'll just continue eating and wait. What was that?
We're like picking all this up, right, Calvin? And
Yeah. We've got a party system going along to where you can kind of understand what's going on, I would imagine, right?
all right.
Or has Sully been too distracted?
Sully
might be too
has distracted himself quite thoroughly. He's trying to... Sully probably would be conveying most of this information over to Kelvin, although he's himself paying attention kind of half-heartedly.
So yes, then you do have the majority of the information.
Yeah. So I think, they've obviously invited us in. They're feeding us. They're, way friendlier than I think anyone, certainly Kelvin, ever believed them to be. Okay. So he, is halfway through a meal, and he's, everyone's getting along, and he, kind of, pauses, and he's like, you guys are all right, aren't you? And he, slaps the guy on the shoulder. And then he says to Eddie, says to Eddie, it's it's no wonder they get conflicting reports. They're a bit standoffish, aren't they?
Yeah, I can see there's a language barrier, and obviously people here, I think, are afraid of him. That's for sure.
The one sitting next to Kelvin, when you slap him on the back, he staggers a little bit and kind of coughs on whatever he was chewing on, and then looks at you, Kelvin, and then slaps you back, just 10% harder than you slapped him.
That's an interesting.
All right, good.
Cool.
And says something back to you in a loud, friendly comment. Eddie understands it to be him saying that I like this one.
And I give Kelvin a thumbs up. That was the right thing to do, bro. You got it. You got it.
All right, Kelvin's already back in the food.
And I say, another thing that my benefactor has asked or that has revealed to me is some information about the Dragon's Keep up in the mountains. Do your people have a legend about that by any chance? And does it have a connection? Because my benefactor believes that it does. That the appearance of the silver dragon and the appearance of this green dragonborn child have something to do with each other.
He says and again he uses the word lizard instead of dragon.
Okay.
He says the great lizards. He says I have heard of the great lizards that used to wander in this world and would love to know more about them. We have many prophecies in our own land of great lizards that used to rule but I am not familiar with this keep that you speak of.
Oh, well, it might be something that your people would look into. It's past the Harbinger's Hammer, up towards Lee Gate and Freeholm. If you have messengers go up that way and ask, where it's located, I'm sure people will be able to point it out to you. It's a very mysterious building that no one seems to be able to reach. That you can easily see it from the valley. So
He says, I would love to see it, but to be honest, as soon as our business is finished here, I would long to see my homeland again.
Oh. And how long will that be, do you think?
Well, until we know more about where our lizard prince has been taken, then I cannot return.
Okay. Well, we'll go get some more information and see if we can't, help you guys out at all. I mean, I feel like a general search of knowledge is in benefit to everyone.
All right. Sully, you've been entertaining the person across from you. Why don't you roll a performance check?
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Can I use a psionic ability die?
Sure.
All right, here we go. That is better. That puts me up at a 13.
A 13? Okay. What kind of tricks are you doing exactly?
Mostly with the food, right? Occasionally I'll use a fork and just kind of twirle it and toss it up in the air and try to land it sticking in the next piece of food before I pick it up and take a bite.
Okay.
Or I'll pick up some of the finger food and make it disappear and pull it out of their ear, stuff like that. Just trying to gauge if they're interested at all, and then trying to. I don't know. They're curious to me, so I'm assuming that I'm curious to them.
The one that you're showing it to, one of the servants, who's bringing the food around, he is very entertained by it, and gestures at Sully. He's like, "Come, and to follow him."
Heck yeah, I can get away from this place already. Yeah.
And
there goes my conversation link.
No. It's up to a mile away. I'll still be able to pass it all on to you.
Colin barely notices.
Okay, cool.
And he leads you back outside and calls over some of the other servants that were helping out. One of the other servants that was helping out around the campfire.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I lost Jared.
Oh, sad.
Come back.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
I like your icon, Jared.
What happened?
I don't know.
Where'd we go?
Just lost you for a minute.
Yeah. All right. I'm back. You good?
Yep.
Okay. I was saying. Oh, I gotta turn video on again. Oh, good grief. He's like, what about Bob eating corn on the cob?
Okay.
And what about Bob? That's how good. It's like, oh
Nice.
yeah.
So good. I
That's
love that
great.
build. Okay. So he takes you outside, and you are kind of hanging out by the campfire now.
Okay.
And he gestures at you to show this other servant the last trick that you showed. He hands you the piece of silverware that you were using,
Yeah.
and gestures at the other guy.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll accept a piece of silverware and kind of nod. I don't have a plate of food anymore, so instead I will kind of reach over and pick up. Well, I guess if they're servants, we kind of over where the food is being served from, right?
Uh-huh.
Great, yeah. So I'll pick up one of the pieces of bread, maybe a small piece of bread, or I'll break off some bread.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of twirl the fork in between my fingers, and then I will try to be daring, and I'll close my eyes and kind of grab the fork by the end and kind of swirl it around on my fingers a little bit before throwing it up, and I'll take the crust of the bread and put it out, and I'll kind of hang it between my teeth and try to catch the fork right on the crust of the bread in between my in between my teeth right there.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Performance?
Yeah.
Great. How badly
I don't know,
can
sleight
it
of
go?
hand? Whichever's better.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Much better than performance.
Okay.
I will do that. Well, the 18 and a 2. So I add 8 though, and I'll use another superiority die,
Okay.
which bumps me up to 16.
Oh. All right. He's quite impressed. He laughs and he like looks around to see if you were to like he claps.
Sure.
He claps. He
Sure.
thinks that's really cool.
I kind of like nod, and then I look around. Is there anyone else watching?
Make a perception check.
Disadvantage. This disadvantage is killing me. 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
No, you don't see anybody else
Okay.
paying attention, really. There's a couple other guards. There's like this guy over here by this tent. You can't see anymore on the screen. Oh, yeah, you can barely see him.
All right.
And this guy that you were talking to, he's got a plate of food, and he gives you another piece of meat and asks you to, like he wants you to do
Do it again.
Yeah.
All right, dance, monkey, dance. Yeah, I'll do it one more time and kind of like pause for dramatic effect and take a little bow. And then I'm going to kind of make a motion and like my hands up and trying to convey like, do you mind if I try something with you in particular?
Okay, make a
Like holding out my hand.
all right.
Your performance check? I don't know.
Yeah, make a
That-
performance
That would
check
be
for
a
that one.
legit
That's a
performance
performance
check.
Sure. Okay, that's a 10.
10. He kind of, it takes him a second. It takes him a good, like 3 or 4 tries before you finally communicate to him that you want him to help out. So what do you want him to do?
I actually want to establish a telepathic connection with him.
Okay.
Which will sever the connection we have, but as long as they understand one language, then I can communicate telepathically
Okay.
with
You
them.
gonna give us a heads up before you drop it?
Yeah, I'll say, hey guys, I'll be right back, okay?
Everything good?
Yeah, so good.
All right.
I hope. It is. And then I will establish one with him.
All right.
And in his mind, he just says, I'll like act out what I'm saying as I'm conveying it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, hello, can you hear me?
He drops the food, the tray.
Oh no, I tried to catch it for him. But it's okay. It's just me. Just, talking with you.
Okay. It takes him a full. It takes him several seconds, but then he's looking around because you're not moving your lips, right?
Right.
Okay. He looks at his friend that's with him and stuff, and he doesn't seem to be hearing anything, and so he says, "Hello."
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I can hear you when you think in your mind. If you think hard, then I can hear. I can't read anything else you're thinking, but just what you want to say to me, I can hear it.
This wigs him out. This just freaks him out. He gathers up the stuff that he dropped on the tray, and instead of running over to the big tent, though, goes over to this smaller one, and pulls aside the tent flap, and like looking back at you the whole time, and then goes in with the food. And can you hear what he's thinking? Like, how does that? Okay, you can't hear what he's thinking.
No, just if he tries to communicate with me.
All right. He might inadvertently try to communicate with you. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
How does that work? I don't know.
If he's not familiar with it, maybe it's
Yeah.
a little harder for him to grasp.
You see him go into this tent, and he's saying something to somebody in there. You can hear somebody talking back to him, and then you see somebody else peek out and study you for a minute, and then close the he calls over this other guard. He yells at this other guard to come over, and this guard comes and stands, and then he comes and stands outside the tent as well, and they take up guard positions in front of the tent.
Well,
2 of them there now.
This could be bad. Is there still the one servant with me outside?
Yeah. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's looking at you very strangely now and wondering why his friend ran off.
I kind of shrug at him and then communicate telepathically with the other guy. Say, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
You hear him yell from inside the tent.
Oh no. It's okay. I come in peace. I'm just a friend. This is just a trick, but I can stop it if you want me to.
So I rolled a will save for him to see how much control he has over his brain right now.
Okay.
And he's kind of going a little crazy, a little insane. He yells out at the people outside, but you can kind of hear it in your head too. So
Okay.
he's thinking hard enough that
Sure.
and it's freaking him out that you can hear what he's saying. But you hear him say that no, he's doing it again. He's trying to find out what we know.
Oh, okay, I do not communicate anymore with him, I guess. And I just looked at his friend and I say, I'm not doing anything. Like my hands are up. Kind of hold them up in the air and look around, feeling really bad. And I kind of gesture towards the tent and make a come out motion for the servant I'm looking at. If he wants to come out, I can try talking with him again. That kind of thing.
He says, again, he yells out at the people outside. He says, keep him away, or the Solith will punish us.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, this got real ugly really fast.
Look. Anyway, I know what you're doing, and Kelvin knows what you're doing, and he doesn't like it. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh. Okay. Sully will instead just kind of I guess look at the guy and just say sit down, just kind of across from him, and just look earnest and shrug it was all just a trick, and I'll pick up the fork again, kind of twirl it on my fingers. I really don't want to freak the guy out anymore, so I'll wait until he comes out before I try to communicate with him again. But that's all I'm gonna do. Maybe try to communicate somehow with the one sitting in front of me without words, like I come in peace, and I really didn't mean to do anything wrong. Can I amend anything? There's no way to communicate without words, so I'll just sit there.
Okay, you're not going to think any more into his head or anything, or?
If someone comes out, then I might, but before then, no, I'll just sit down and...
Okay. The other servant that was with you, so this guy's in the tent now, the other servant that was with you backs up and goes back into the main tent. We'll go back in there. And Kelvin and Eddie, you see him come over to the head guard. He needs a name. Let's go with Palash.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, Polish.
Yeah.
And he comes and whispers in his ear something, and he looks over at their leader, at Solith, and then looks at the 2 of you that are still there. And, I need to move Sully outside. Back outside. And he gets an unfriendly look in his eyes now that wasn't there before.
So what did the guy say when he came in? Sorry.
He whispered something. What's your perception?
19.
good. Yeah.
Perception's 19.
19?
Yeah. And I can read lips because of my feet that I have.
Oh, yeah.
So if I...
Well,
but
he's
I
got
don't
his
know.
lips covered, though.
Yeah, and I don't
with
know
those
if...
masks.
I don't know if the
reading lips
lungs, tongues would
that's
translate to
interesting.
reading lips.
That's a good question.
That is interesting.
I don't think so. Anyway.
You hear the words. You don't pick up everything because it's whispering.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you hear the words prisoner and tent.
Prisoner and tent, huh?
And
Interesting.
I think, I mean, like, if you're in a group and something's gone bad, there's like, you can pick up on it, I'm sure. And we're like,
Vibe
see
check.
this happen.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Like a vibe check.
Yeah.
make an
You
insight
just
check
gotta,
if you want.
Yeah,
Plus-
when he says that, I mean, obviously I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that it's Sully, right? He just said prisoner in tent, and so I don't know.
Calvin
think I'm
definitely
prisoner yet.
includes it fully.
Yeah, you definitely would put that together. Okay.
100% jumps to the, like, what happened? Sully went outside and then suddenly they run inside and there's some problem. Calvin's
Okay.
definitely like,
Just assume
for
that that's
God's-
issue. I'm.
Here we go. What did he
he's just
do?
eating.
The head
Yeah,
guard.
Calvin's gonna get up and go out. Just start to make his way outside.
Okay. Parrish stands up with you and makes a hand gesture at Solith, at which point he grows a little cold as well, and calls him over, and he whispers into Solith's ear, and again you hear the word prisoner, and you hear the word tent, and what else would you maybe hear?
I don't
No,
understand that.
Kelvin doesn't understand it. You just see him whispering to him, and then Solith's countenance drops a little bit as well.
Okay.
So
as soon as I see his countenance drops, and because I shouldn't have heard anything, I'll just say, the great Solith, based on your countenance, has there been bad news?
he says, perhaps there has been a misjudgment.
Oh.
I thought that you were those who came in peace.
Oh, well, we are
Calvin's-
those that come in peace. What did I do that made you feel like that we weren't here in peace?
Kelvin is stomping towards the door
Okay.
Yep.
with still like some meat on the bone. He's like finishing it as he's walking, super grumpy. He's just like stomping towards the door. He just knows. He's like, "What did Sully do now?" Look, his assumption is he stole something,
Uh-huh.
but
No, that was yesterday.
yeah, I know, but he's like still like chomping on through, like walking towards the door.
Kelvin pulls open the flap of the tent, and you can see Sully sitting down there on one of the benches near the fire. And Sully, what do you...
If it's been long enough and Guy left me,
Yeah.
and I'm just alone now at the
Yeah.
campfire, I'm just laying with my back on the log there, just staring up at the sky, just forlornly, thinking, why does this always happen to me? Can't it be Kelvin who messes up for once?
So I'll press that. We do come in peace. I'm not understand what I've done to warrant that your reaction there.
Perhaps it is merely a mistake on our part, but perhaps it is misjudgment to have invited you in. I do appreciate very much the chance to speak to someone so interested in things of importance,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I'm afraid that our meeting must wait until that we must put an end to our meeting for now.
no, I can see that. If we've culturally made a mistake, I completely understand, and I'll kind of push the plate away, and I bow very graciously and say thank you so much for your hospitality. I really look forward to coming back and sharing some more information that we might have gleaned to the south here, and hopefully you'll be receptive, and next time we'll try to be more accommodative guests, and then I'll just start excusing myself out after a bow and thank you.
He says, "Those who come in peace will always be welcome here." But it sounds a little cooler than the way he said it when you first came in.
And I will say, Timora, a smile on all of us as I walk out.
And Azana's blessing go with you as well.
I will graciously accept that blessing. Thank you.
All right. You also leave then?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just making my
A couple
exit,
servants
and if
escort
we-
you out. You see Kelvin and Sully over by the fire, and Sully's like shrugging and gesturing around. What's Sully doing?
No, I'm literally, if Kelvin comes stomping up, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to lay there looking up at the sky.
Yeah. Kelvin stops to get his weapons and then just walks past Sully, doesn't even break speed, but grabs his ear and just like starts pulling him out of the camp. Like,
Ow, ow.
get over here.
No.
This time.
I'll kind of rush over and I'll pick up my mace out of the dirt and
Oh, I
kinda shake it
need
off.
my dagger. Need my dagger. I'll try to break free and kind of crawl over. Pick up my last weapon. Is there anyone watching over there?
The two guards over by that small tent are watching intently with their hands on swords. Are you still in connection with that guy inside?
Yeah.
He is yelling at something inside the tent, and he's saying, "Keep quiet."
Oh, for crap's sakes.
It's not
They
good.
did say something about
Yeah.
if there's a little bit of I try to get a good look in there. Can I see what the commotion is? Because they talked about a prisoner in the tent.
The flap is closed.
Oh, is
right
it?
now.
Okay.
Yep.
But I don't hear anything coming out of there. No voices or sounds through the tent
You
walls?
hear just again. You hear the kind. You maybe hear him, but it's a whisper. Yeah, like he hears it telepathically.
Mhm.
You guys are far enough away that he's whispering. You wouldn't hear it, I think.
Okay. Is that the tent that the dude went into? Is this prisoner tent? Or the one
The
that has the
small
guards?
one. Yeah, the small
Yeah.
one
And
right
the
over
small
here.
one over there.
I kind of feel like we need to figure out what's in there.
If you're walking past me, I'll say, there's definitely something they don't want us to find out, which is a good indicator they're hiding something bad for them.
So I will, as I'm kind of walking by, I hit those guys and I look at those two guards and I just look at one of them and I say, I forgot to get your name. What was your name again?
Are you looking at the head guard then?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
whoever's in front of the small tent.
Oh, in front of the small tent?
Yeah. Just like I'm standing there waiting for my friends to get their things together and I kind of look over at him. So, hey, I didn't get your name. What was your name again?
If you take a step closer to the tent, he will draw his sword halfway out of his sheath.
Okay, well.
Yeah, see, they're not very nice, are
Yeah,
they?
no.
The big guy talks nice, but these guys, sir.
Yeah, we
Bad
need to.
news.
I don't. I think we need to just kind of skin out. I think that we're close to violence, and I don't think knowing what's in that tent's that important. But I don't know. What do you think?
They can't understand me, right?
No, they can't understand. Some of them can, I suppose. Oh, talking.
Solith speaks
talking-
common.
Well, Saul wasn't outside, though, right? It was just
Yeah,
the
he's
two
still in the
guards.
tent, yeah.
Speaking Gnomish.
Well, in Nobish, I just mentioned, I think we should find out. If they have a Dragonborn in there,
Oh well.
that's not good. I mean, I don't know what else they would try to be hiding so much. It does not seem like a religious thing. What I heard from that guy's mind was it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well. How do you? Well.
Not right now. We
Okay,
should
okay.
probably just walk away.
Okay.
but-
So I just kind of continue our exit from the camp.
Okay.
So.
All right. A few minutes later, you are outside the camp and
I do
past
think-
the outside circle of sand, line of sand, where the guard who first lets you in is still standing guard, but now looks at you much more suspiciously than before.
And I will just as we're passing him, I'll say, Timora's smile be upon you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your help as we leave.
Okay. He watches you guys walk off into the woods.
Yeah, I'm going to think to that guy before we hit the mile marker.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, Hi, it's me again. I'm really sorry for scaring you, I promise. I was trying to show you some magic tricks. Just cool, fun ones, but I'm gonna stop talking now, which means you'll never hear from me again. I wish you good luck. I hope someday you get upgraded from serving food into being able to eat food. I don't know when that happens, but you seemed really nice. I'm sorry I scared you.
You hear back just this
Yeah, there it is.
and I don't know that you hear it from the camp, but depending on how far this scream goes.
Oh, it's a real scream. That's good.
Okay.
And then the connection ends when we hit
Okay.
a mile away.
So here's the question: once we get far enough away, do we sneak back to try to figure out what's in that tent? Do we want to take that chance?
I think so. I think we keep walking, maybe for a little bit in case they're following us.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it would be bad. If it's a dragonborn in there, because I don't know what else they would be holding.
Yeah. So I will say, as soon as we're out of sight, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
And we can go out a ways and then double back around and
Super smart.
go out to where we can, I don't know, where we're close enough that maybe at night we could make a sneak mission here to see what's in that tent. What do you think, Kelvin? You on board with that?
Yeah, I mean, at this point we have to.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's going on. So we'll use the Pass Without a Trace and Kelvin's knowledge of wilderness to get us back into a position where we could easily slip in there at night, if
Okay.
possible.
Well, guys, I'm really sorry if I ruined your meal. I hope you guys got enough to eat before then.
Oh, you did. It was delicious.
Oh yeah, it was great. I had plenty to eat.
Good. They just wanted to see a magic trick, so I was like, all right, cool. And then I tried, impressing them, and I guess I was too impressive. And they're like, witchcraft and heresy, and they ran away. So I'm really sorry. I guess I should know people's limits of seeing how awesome I am is quite small sometimes.
You should just know that people don't really like voices in their heads.
Well,
Pretty normal.
maybe it is. I don't know. Where I'm from, hearing voices in your head is actually a pretty good sign. It means that you're leadership material.
Yeah. We're not where you're from, though.
I guess
Just,
I'm still learning that. Yeah.
Maybe just for future reference. Stay out of people's heads.
I asked for his permission.
I'm not sure he knew what he was consenting.
Yeah, no, I realize he probably didn't now.
Clearly not.
But at any rate, it's good that we know there's someone in trouble in there. I think it's a person. I don't know for sure, though.
Well, we can definitely figure it out. So, we kind of saw the perimeter that they had as far as hiding guards, right?
Yep.
And on our exit, I would try to, as hard as I could, to see if they had guards farther out as well. Where they might be keeping watchers and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. So the way you came in is you passed that one guard that found you initially, and you probably see another one just at each cardinal point of this circle, this sand circle that goes around. So you see another one off to your left as you're leaving.
And do we know if kind have dark vision?
You don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well, here's my proposal.
Okay.
If we are going to go inside and see, I want to, actually. I realize maybe we are not all on the same page. I don't think they're going to let us by any means, but I really want to see who's in that tent or what's in that tent.
Yeah. It's almost seems like it's your expertise, actually, to be the one to sneak in and find out what's in the tent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we all could or should. I'm just saying I think it's a good thing that one of us does.
Okay. Well, I'm not the sneakiest person.
You're pretty
I'm
sneaky.
pretty good. I got some
Yeah.
skills, but you outstrike me by quite a bit.
Oh.
I don't know, Kelvin, would you want to try making a clandestine entrance into this camp? Do we dare let it be just one of us, or do all three of us try?
If I go without my armor, I'm stealth. I mean, to metagame, but I'm pretty stealthy.
Sure.
Like a +7.
Yeah, we could understand that in a game sense. Who's stealthier? And see, mine's only about a +5, so I'm a little less stealthy than you. But I could also, if I came, I could also cast Pass Without a Trace, which again gives us a lot.
Well, I think that people tend to be less aware toward the morning hours.
Okay.
So what if we packed it in early for the night,
Mm-hmm.
tried to get some good rest, well, taking watches, and then before the sun comes up, before anyone else is awake, maybe around like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., that's when we go up, because that's when people will be kind of in their deepest slumber, and we might be able to pull this thing off.
Okay, let's do that. Can we set up for a long rest then?
Okay.
Would like to switch around some spells if that's the way we're going too.
Sounds good.
Put
I
a
think
few
that would be
things in.
good to do, yeah.
All right, you guys. Oops, this guy's still on the wrong layer. Get some sleep and keep watch and keep yourselves to make sure that you wake up early enough. It's still dark as you creep back towards the camp.
All right.
You hear the fire still burning there outside the camp as you start to get closer, and make your first sneak roll.
So I will. I
as
mean,
you
I
get
will
closer.
cast the Pass Without a Trace because that
Okay.
gives everyone a +10. On
Great.
their stealth.
And how does that exhaustion? Are we still
It's,
exhausted?
after you a long rest, it wears off.
Oh yeah. That's
Awesome. That is good.
good. Actually, I'll go take a long rest real fast.
Okay. All right. Okay. First stealth roll.
Yep.
But you said that's a plus on top of what our already regular bonus is?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
plus 10.
an additional +10. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to leave my armor on then. I have disadvantage, but that's a +17. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. I will grant all of us a telepathic communication for 7 hours within 1 mile of each other.
Okay.
And I guess we'll roll stealth. Yeah.
All right.
Pass Without a Trace.
All rolled for the guards.
I am also going to give myself guidance. Oh wait, Pass Without a Trace is concentration, and I believe guidance is
I
too.
think it is.
Yeah, never mind. I won't. Yeah, it's concentration. Okay,
Okay.
so here we go. Am I the only one that hasn't rolled a stealth yet?
Yep.
26.
All right. You catch the perimeter guard sleeping at his post as you sneak past him and then cross over that first sand circle that is about 100 yards around makes a 100-yard diameter around this camp.
Oh, and I'm also going to cast Disguise Self on myself and make myself look like that one guard I asked his
Okay.
name and he didn't answer to me. Just
right.
so that, just in case.
Nice.
Okay, you guys
Nice.
approach then from this corner. Sorry, did you want to approach from the same direction that you left, or from a different direction?
Probably a different direction.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, pick a corner you want to come in from.
Down.
This top one.
Top one up here?
Yeah. So we're approaching the back of the tents.
Okay. From the back now, you can see pens and animals moving around inside of them, some quite large, and you see big wagons and things like that kind of parked up next to these animal pens.
Okay. Cool. Stay away from the pens, right? We don't want to wake up any animals.
Yeah, we
anything
probably
like that.
don't, but we could use them potentially as a distraction. So
Maybe we post someone here, like to
that's
get
what I
ready
was
to
going to
leave
say.
them?
I have probably the highest chance that I'm going to roll something bad stealth wise, but I also am giving you guys the +10. So
And
we'll
also,
move
you
as
look like a
group.
disguise.
Yes, it's true.
So
yeah.
you're
I'm coming
you're a
with
good
you.
person to
Yeah,
keep
we're
with
gonna.
us.
Yeah, we'll sneak through. But we could leave Kelvin here. Kelvin, why don't you stay here and do since you could shoot from there probably and be ready to do a distraction of releasing animals or something or creating a commotion over here if we needed it. What do you think?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Calvin can do that.
Okay. Cool.
That's awesome. Okay. Great. Then we can do that. Also, I'm having Marty come with us from a distance, kind of flanking around, just keeping an eye out for someone.
Okay.
He knows to come over and stay away, but just if he sees something go awry, he knows to kind of run up and let me know.
Okay. We
But,
get Marty out here too.
Yep, I just rolled stealth for him.
How do you do?
He got a 20.
Oh, I lost Marty. I know he's on the map somewhere.
Oh, I see him. He's right below the trailhead there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's too pale. I need a white border for Marty.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Sully, Eddie, you guys sneak down to the tent here.
Is there anyone inside? I think to you.
I don't know.
Can you hear anything?
I try to hear. Is there anybody inside? Sounds like.
You hear noises inside.
Yes.
And they're awake. Okay, great.
Well, I don't know. There's noises inside. So, but what kind of noises? Can I tell?
You hear movement.
Oh.
And you hear... you hear the sound of chains.
Chains.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a way for us to get a peek inside? That's kind of what we're after.
You can
You
try
can
and
try-
cut in the back or go under the back somehow or something.
I'm going to take out that dagger, because mine is literally made out of bone. But I'm going to take out their dagger, because just the hilt is bone and the rest is like a metal front. And I'm sure it's pretty sharp. And I will kind of go low to the ground and just like pierce a very small hole. If it starts to make any noise, I'll instantly withdraw it, but I'm just trying to go very
Make a
slowly.
stealth check.
Yeah.
Does he get a plus 10 with that too? Because
Pass without a trace.
Yeah,
It
it does. It's a stealth check. So.
Okay, cool. So that would be a 23. If that fails, I'll use a psionic ability die to increase it.
Okay. You are cutting so slowly and carefully. The only sound you hear is the sound of individual threads silently separating.
Okay, then I'll withdraw it. Put it back in my bag. And I'll just peek through and try to see what's inside.
Okay, so you're just a hole big enough to look inside.
Yeah.
All right.
Big enough for an eye. So like just a slit, and then I can like use a finger to like pull the slit open a little bit and glimpse inside. Small gnomish finger.
Okay. You see 3 figures inside. 2 kine who are standing in the middle of the tent, and a figure chained up on a cot on the far side of the tent. Actually closer to you, since you're in the back. So a little difficult to see because he's kind of almost right in in the way of your line of sight.
Sure.
And now that you're close enough, you can hear them speaking, but they're speaking in kine.
Okay, so I'll cast tongues on myself again real quick while we're as quietly as I can so that I can try to understand what they're saying.
Nice.
You hear him say, you hear one of them say to the other that I sensed them enter our camp not long ago. They will be coming here soon, I know it.
So I'll relay that to him in my mind and just say, be very, very careful.
The other one says, what would you have us do, Great One? He says, clearly they have broached the peace.
I will tell everything to you. Maybe
And they
you
will
can
be
go tell him like, hey, they tried to come in, I scared him off.
Am I one of those dudes that's in there?
No, because you look like...
I'm asking you, do I look like one of the guys that's in there?
No, the
'Cause
guy
I
we
don't-
passed was sleeping.
No, but there were 2 guards out
Oh,
front.
that's fair.
I may
I'll
have
look
picked
to like the
wrong-
armband and try to see if it's the same guy or not.
No.
Not
No.
the same guy?
In fact, make a perception. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay. There's just one candle lit in this, and it's very dim. And so I believe you can't see color very well,
Sure.
right? But you can see that one of them is Solace. And he's speaking to another one, and you wouldn't recognize his voice. You would probably recognize his voice, though, as Parrish.
Okay.
the head
So
guard.
The
it's Solace and Solith and Parrish
yeah.
in there. I don't think I'm gonna.
He says, "We will treat them as we treat all those who broach the peace."
So have I been able to get a good look at, or even just any glimpse of the?
He's like right at the wrong. I mean, at your height, you're basically like looking over this thing, and he's like, imagine he's right in front of you. So you'd have to like be leaning in. Do you want to do that?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make another stealth check.
Okay. I'll use the psionic ability die.
You have the if
That's
it's
the trace
pass
for
without a
stealth.
trace.
Yeah. Okay. That plus 23.
Are you saying something, Kelvin? I can't hear you.
Oh shoot.
Are you muted?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Were you saying something else? I saw your lips moving all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
Someone's
Okay.
bothering me again at work.
No worries. All right.
Kelvin is right, so he's just basically ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bow drawn.
You see somebody sleeping on this cot.
Can you get a better look?
and
over
you
there?
can see chains running underneath the blankets.
And is it a human?
Blankets pulled up over him, and you can see horns up where his head is, but his face is turned away from you.
Okay, this guy is not kind. Some other kind of humanoid. If you distract me, if you can get him out of the tent, maybe lead him on a wild goose chase over in that direction, I can pick the locks and get him out of here.
Okay, tell Kelvin to create that distraction, and I'm gonna go create one at the front of this tent.
I can also make a loud noise from outside the tent. I can make it sound like Marty's roaring on the other side of the field.
Okay, do that, and then let's have Kelvin release livestock.
All right, Kelvin, get ready. Okay? To release some livestock and create a crazy diversion.
This is gonna be great.
And
All right, Kelvin.
As soon as we hear, so we're gonna time the roar and the thing, and then I'll run around the front. And my intent is to get to the front and say they're on the wherever the livestock, they're on the east side or whatever it is, whatever side it is. Hurry, quick, let's go.
So, real fast, I'm going to kind of make myself by the tent and use minor illusion to create a 3-foot barrel where I am, so that I'm inside a barrel. And if someone knows it's an illusion,
Okay.
they can see through
All right.
it. But until then,
There's just a barrel sitting out back behind the tent.
Yep, just a
All
barrel. Trying to blend it in with the other type of barrels
Sure.
or packages I've seen.
Okay.
And then I
Actually-
will.
Okay, go ahead, Fish. So I needed to ask a question as soon as you're done.
I'm about to send Kelvin the signal. So
Okay.
if you want to ask a question.
So the question is, if I invoke duplicity while I have disguised self, does my duplicate look like my disguised self?
Ooh.
I would think yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to invoke duplicity. Now, it doesn't specifically say that the duplicate can speak and communicate,
Sure.
but can it? I don't know.
What,
I think the problem is it's an illusion, so it can't manifest through objects, but
Right.
maybe it can speak. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
the question. Is can it speak? Because if it can't speak, then I won't do this. But I was just figuring might as well use my duplicate to.
what's the spell?
It's a
Invoke
invoke duplicity.
Oh,
It's a
Channel divinity.
Channel divinity for.
Oh.
Trickster cleric.
Dang it, that's why I can't find it.
It
what
just
does it say?
says you can move. It's an illusion as a bonus action. Well, that's not even the.
I mean,
full-
typically illusions are silent, but
Yeah, that was the question. If that's let's see. Okay. As you create a perfect illusion of yourself that lasts for 1 minute or until you lose your concentration. Oh, it's concentration, so I can't do that either.
Okay,
so
good.
never mind.
Okay,
I'm not going to
okay,
do that.
both
I'll
fun.
just do it physically.
okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All
Go.
right.
Kelvin, release the animals.
All right, Kelvin. The animals are in like a pen.
Yeah, it's
Like
a large corral. Well, let's end here tonight.
Oh.
No, let's end with Kelvin tonight. Kelvin, you get up to this pen. Make a stealth check as you're getting up there.
He's no longer within 30 feet.
Yeah, so you don't get the plus 10.
Pass on the strays.
It's going to be a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
You successfully sneak past another guard who is stationed. Well, let's make sure. Yeah, he rolled a 3. You sneak past the guard who's stationed near the pens, but seems to be looking out at the. He's not looking in at the camp. He's now looking out at the. He's looking out at the outside of the perimeter, and you realize now that they are more alert here than you would expect them to be at this time in the morning. And you get up to the pen and you lift up the latch quietly and swing it open and step in and to shoo out the animals that are in here. And you get your first look at a giant 3-horned beast who snorts in your direction.
That's a
and
big
then
distraction.
stomps its foot and lowers its head. And we'll end there.
Great.
Just dodge it. Just dodge it, bro.
As Kelvin comes face to face with the Triceratops
Oh, no.
in the pen.
I was gonna stick an arrow in the haunches of the horse or something and like get them all riled up, but this is a lot worse.
It's a lot better. It's awesome.
I'm gonna be the one that gets stuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try misdirecting them. We'll see how it works.
All right, those who are still watching, thank you. Please come back for our next episode in 2 weeks, which is now going to be titled Triceratops Stampede.
Nice.
And we'll see what happens, and we'll see how good Kelvin's dexterity saving throws are, and then we'll see what happens to the rest of everybody else too. Thanks for watching tonight, and if you are interested in playing, come check us out at Dragon's Keep in Orem, and we're happy to have you on the show as well. New players, old players, doesn't matter. It's just a lot of fun, and we like the stories we're telling so far. So thanks a lot, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
And we're still in there.
Oh.
And there's that.